My next guest, y'all, he's a good friend of mine. I've known him, wow, for a good little while. If you look, we have an infamous picture from Sidewalk Film Festival where I think we got more likes than the Sidewalk Film Festival logo did, where we took some pictures at Sidewalk. He's like, what picture are you talking about? I'm going to post it tonight so y'all can see it. He's none other than Mr. Joseph Casper Baker. Say what up. Joseph, go ahead, brother. Introduce yourself. Why in the heck are you running?
My name is Joseph Casper III. I'm running for City Council District 3. I am running because it is time for Birmingham to move forward. We need to be looking to the future of our community and how we are going to build not only an economy for the future, but a community for the future. And I think that I have a unique set of background and talents and expertise that will help us to achieve that. I particularly focus on helping us to grow our STEM base here in Birmingham, building off of our medical technology research base, and moving into new areas that I think will produce a kind of community that folks are going to want to be a part of. And when we talk about trying to fix a lot of the problems of the city, we need growth. And that means bringing folks into Birmingham, making this a community of choice for people, and creating quality of life that benefits everyone. And so my focus is on trying to open up the conversation to the future and how do we get there.
Okay, I got a question for you.
Sure.
But first I got to say what up to Miss Franklin, because you actually on here without your husband tagging you into something. So congratulations to you. Hey, Miss Tiffany Kennedy, how are you? Bishop Hardy, what's going on? Miss Brooks, how are everyone doing? You candidates, feel free to tag your campaign pages on the ENP page so people can watch and listen. Joseph, let me ask you a quick question.
Sure.
Just straight to the point, man. You being paid by Randall to be in this race?
No.
Okay.
No, I on some level I wish, just because I've had money for campaign. I mean, to be completely honest about it, but no, while I am friends with Randall on a personal level, he and I have actually not spoken a single word about me running.
Okay, cool.
So,
Hey, I'm just going to ask questions tonight. If y'all watch ENP Sunday, my boss told me we got to be in our truths and ask the questions that people are scared to ask. Why is this election so different? Why is the quietness happening? I'm going to ask you two, since y'all ain't incumbents.
I think the primary reason is just coming out of I don't know if I say coming out of this point, the pandemic. Coming out of, or still in the middle
People
of
are
it.
still in the haze. I mean, it takes you, if you've been taken out of your element for a year, we're just in July, it takes you it's going to take a little longer than 7 months to get back to kind of normal and caring and seeing, but I will say this, having had basically a year to be home, how many people have been really watching who picks up what? Your trash collection, just how messed up the neighborhood really is. Like, I personally had time to investigate.
Yeah, folks just going out and walking around to get out of the house.
Right, you get to see a lot of clothes.
Yeah, I'm sure folks have become very educated about just what the state of the community is.
Yeah, that's one thing. You don't want to give people time to concentrate on the issues. If you're driving by it and you're in a hurry, you're trying to get to work or get home and cook dinner, you see it, it's not that big a deal. We done had a year to marinate in it, and a lot of people are upset.
Right.
I'll also say, historically, Birmingham municipal politics only really heats up in the last 4 weeks, like in a major way.
Agreed.
So as of this week, moving forward.
Yeah, now it's crunch time.
Yeah, and really it's after the final qualifying closes, and once you actually know who's in the races.
Because I don't know about your district, but last time we had 8 people.
Yes.
So
I did the debate.
That's right. We had 8 people, so it was just kind of like, for me personally, it was kind of like, okay, let me just see who all's coming.
And I will say, actually, District 2 was one of my favorite races last time because I felt that the vast majority of those candidates were very good candidates that had a lot of different perspectives. I thought that was one of the better debates that we had.
Yeah.
I think a lot of good came out of a lot of decent people running. And, I was speaking to Franklin earlier, and we need more folks running. You know, I'm actually a little sad that we don't have more competitive races across the board. Truth be told, I'm sure we would prefer it just be us and whoever.
Right.
But no, I mean, you know, if we're going to have a healthy democracy, we have to have folks that are out there and engaged and care, and we should have more candidates. It's crazy to me that across the board, municipal, county, state, federal, whatever, you have so few candidates.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. But you know what? It's hard to be a candidate now with social media, though. The trolls run the world.
So
And so you have to be kind of made of.
I don't know. Maybe it's my background as a social media person, but I'm not intimidated.
So speaking of social media and being candidates and being a newbie, don't worry, incumbent, I got you. I'm coming at you. She's like, I'm scared, Josh. What are you gonna add? D3 is a really interesting district.
How so? I don't disagree with you, but.
I've been to a few D3 school city council meetings through my years of being in politics, and D3 is more of a business area, right? Because most of the neighborhood meetings I go to, I feel like I'm in board meetings.
Right.
Like they're very structured, a little bit too structured.
Neighborhoods in District 3.
Right.
I will say in my experience with the neighborhood system that there is a lot of disparity from neighborhood to neighborhood on the quality of neighborhood leadership. And I'm not going to single anybody out. And really, if there's any fault, it's just that folks aren't involved more. But a lot of the root of that, I think, goes back to Larry Langford cutting the neighborhood budget and particularly eliminating the mailers that used to go out informing folks about neighborhood neighborhoods. You know, ironically, it's easier than ever to be informed and involved with social media and the internet and whatnot, but we have yet to really overcome that barrier of folks being connected.
So you got a lot of new people coming into D3, younger couples. What is your? How are you planning on reaching those people?
I don't want to give away too much of my strategy, but I'll say this actually. Let's be completely candid and honest about this. Municipal election turnout is abysmally low. Yep. Last time, which was a fairly popular election, was it 22 or I don't think it broke 25%.
Yeah, I don't think it broke 25%.
Didn't make 25% of the registered voters in the cities, and it's just terrible. And I get that, you know, it's not as popular as like the race for president, but I don't think we've made enough of a point for folks to be aware that this is the most consequential election for your personal life. Your city council, your board of education, your mayor is going to have so much more influence over your day-to-day existence than the president will ever have. You know, and we want to attribute so much positive or negative to the presidency, but America's communities begin at the bottom and go up. You know.
Okay.
This is a particular concern to me is the interconnectedness of the issues facing us.
Yes.
The whatever rottenness exists across our community has its roots in poverty, in a lack of a good education,
Just
lack
kidding.
of opportunities.
That way I can have all y'all.
The producer made me move.
I sure did.
All of those things are interconnected. So often I see candidates talk about things in a siloed-like fashion, like, I'm going to address crime, or I'm going to address education. And there is never any connection drawn between these things. Unhealthy communities, and I mean unhealthy beyond like strict, body health. Unhealthy communities are fractured communities where there is, lack of transparency, no accountability, no robust support systems for folks who fall on hard times or need, some extra lift, whatever it is. And then the lack of education just leads into depriving people of opportunities, but in the systematic sense, uneducated folks are not an attractive community for economic investment. You know, the reason that we have continued to have struggles is because we don't have a workforce, people that are highly trained, highly educated, that are like, oh, that's definitely where I want to conduct my business, is having a quality pool of people to draw on. If we don't create that pool of quality, nothing's gonna grow.
So, okay, day one. Well, 100 days in your your life as a city councilor. What day are you giving money to the school board?
Well, I mean, if we're going to talk about me advocating for it, that's again, as we said, is right now. Education is the foundation for building the future of a community. I'm already on the page of supporting that. If we want to talk about actually getting funding, you know, right now the mayor is in control of the city budget. With the change in the Mayor Council Act in 2016, the mayor was given exclusive control over forming the budget and what it looks like. And right now the city council just has an up or down vote. Yay, that's good, or no, we're rejecting that and bringing something else. So there is, at this point, very little control that a councilor has over education. Now, am I going to fight like hell for it? Absolutely. Am I going to raise a hand about it? Without question. From the word go. From now, yes. But if we want to talk about practical rubber on the road, the mayor at this point has to lead the charge on that. And I'm already in support of increasing that funding, of putting that in place and making it a permanent thing.
Oh my God, Joseph! Joseph, you know the works of a city council. Shut the front door. So,
I pay attention. Education is key.
Frank.
You know what we can do? We can make sure that there is a member of the Birmingham City Schools Board
Yes.
on the education committee that the city council has.
Oh, absolutely.
That can be done within
No,
the first 100 days. I don't think that's hard.
The lack of consistent communication
That
between the
eliminates
council
that.
and the Board of Education.
There you go. There's no more trouble. So, yeah, you're not.
Yeah, this is politics once you get in office 101. Know your position.
Know your place. Know your role.
Know your lanes. And so since Joseph, let's talk about. We won't mention your opponent's name. Well, Councilor Abbott. No, because I don't want people think that I'm trying to attack somebody. But Councilor Abbott has Councilor Abbott has been in office for a very long time,
20 years.
and she's done some remarkable things in her district. But what can you do?
What can I do? I am willing to operate outside of what has been the status quo. Not to say extra legal, but rather to say from a public narrative standpoint, I am far more willing to get folks organized and mad about what's going on and give them direction and focus on and information on how they can address those things.
Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and I'm gonna ask this question to both you and Kim, and then it kind of similar go to you. And then I want y'all to give y'all campaign spiel, how people can give you donations, all that good stuff. What events you have coming up, and then I'm gonna let Richard run loose for a second.
It's gonna be wild.
Right. The election's tomorrow. We got a new mayor. We got the same mayor. We got new mayor. We got the same mayor. Can you work with the mayor we have, and could you possibly work with the council we have, and you be that one new member?
The one new member? I think I am perfectly capable of working as the one new member. Now, I won't deny that there are a couple of counselors that I may not be fond of in their capacity as counselors. but I have good working relationships with a good portion of that council.
All right.
And I have a good personal relationship with Randall, assuming that he was reelected.
Okay.
But also I have personal relationships to varying levels with the other candidates as well.
Okay.
And my focus is just on building a stronger community, and I will look for any partnership that moves that forward. It doesn't matter who it is. I don't want to play.
Hey, Abby Smith.
I'm not there for anybody else's ego. I'm not there for my ego.
Okay.
These positions are, let's be honest, kind of a pain in the ass. In terms of going to meetings and paying attention to the details and showing up and trying to reach out and inform people, build partnerships, coalitions, etc. It's work. This is a labor of love, a sacrifice, it is service when it's done right.
Gotcha.
And that's the way that I intend to do it, is the right way. And my focus 100% is on building a stronger Birmingham for the future, for every single resident of this city, for every future resident of this city.
That is a great slogan. What's your campaign website? How can we give you money, man?
You can go to elect JCB3 on any platform, whether that be JCB3.com, JCB3 on Facebook, Instagram. We're gonna get on the TikTok so I can engage with
You youngsters, get on that TikTok. All right, so
earlier today, Grandma Mima, she said the kids need to do the TikToks for the vaccines and whatnot. It was quite humorous.
So, and last question for you, Joseph. What are those cool glasses you used to have, and can I borrow them?
Yes, once upon a time, I was that guy with Google glasses down, always going around.
You'll never live that down.
No, I lived it up. Why would I live it down?
I want those glasses, man. Those were cool.
Well, I mean, we'll see. Well, no, but that's actually part of my point in being a candidate, looking at future technology and how we can use that effectively to build a stronger community. Though that's just not even the tip of the iceberg when it comes to what's going to be possible in the future. We have the opportunity in Birmingham to build a solid foundation for the future, being a part of a community that develops technologies, that deploys them to improve life expectancy, quality of life, improve education, just make it better for people.
Okay.
And that is my passion, is technology is a tool. We have to develop the tools of the future here and apply them to build a strong community.
Okay. Kim, be ready, because I'm finna ask you this same question too. Joseph, do you really need to be city council? Like, you got a job, right? So you ain't doing this for a paycheck?
No, not at all. As a matter of fact, we want to talk about how pathetic it is. Like, they're getting paid $600 a month, which is $700 a month before tax, which is terrible. City councilors, there's a whole history once again with the state interfering with local operations. Councilors tried to give themselves a pay raise a couple years back. David Faulkner, who I do not care for. That's a public statement. I do not care for David Faulkner. Deliberately came in and squashed all that and limited the salary of city councilors to the median income of the city, which I suppose is great incentive to grow the economy and try to make, sure. But when we talk about what we expect from councilors and the other people involved, I think Birmingham certainly at a level that would justify having a true full-time salary. As it is, I think that the way that it is now incentivizes folks to have a second master.
Okay.
And not to get all scriptury on this, but folks can't serve two masters. If we're not paying them enough to be a city councilor, then somebody's paying them enough for their influence.
Okay. Kim!
Yes, sir. Start from the top.
What did I add? Because Joseph had me learning.
You can't play my own game.